October 14th, 6:42 a.m. The coffee was still warm. Steam curled slowly above a ceramic mug sitting on the kitchen counter of a quiet house on Maple Street. The lights were on. The front door was unlocked. A phone lay face down beside a folded newspaper. Nothing looked disturbed. Nothing was broken, and yet something was wrong. Neighbors would later say he was quiet but polite. The kind of man who waved from a distance but never lingered long enough for questions. He paid his bills on time, mowed his lawn every Sunday, drove the same gray sedan for years. He had lived here for 8 years. And by the end of that week, police would discover something impossible. The man who lived in that house had never officially existed. His name was Daniel Reeves. At least, that's what everyone believed. He arrived in town in the spring of 2018, rented first, then bought the house. Said he worked remotely in data consulting. He kept conversations surface level. No family visits, no childhood stories, just routine. The morning he disappeared, his car was gone. His wallet remained in a drawer. His passport sat untouched inside a locked desk. Police initially assumed voluntary departure. Adults leave. People start over. But when officers ran his social security number through the system, it came back inactive, not suspended. Not expired, inactive. The number did not belong to Daniel Reeves. It belonged to a child who died in 1994. Detectives assumed clerical error, but the deeper they dug, the stranger it became. His driver's license had been issued legally, using documents that were later flagged as fraudulent. His tax returns were accepted every year. His mortgage had been approved. Everything looked legitimate, except the foundation. The original Daniel Reeves died at age 6 in a car accident. The man on Maple Street was 42. Someone had built a life from the ruins of a dead child's identity. Not recently. Years ago. Carefully, deliberately. Investigators reconstructed his timeline. No medical records before 2018. No university transcripts. No verified employment history beyond remote contract work. Co-workers described him as precise, controlled, intelligent, but detached. He avoided video calls, preferred email. When asked where he grew up, he would smile and say, all over. 2 days before his disappearance, Daniel made a call. Just one, 3 minutes long. The number traced back to a prepaid burner phone purchased 60 miles away. Surveillance footage showed a man in a baseball cap and sunglasses buying it. That same phone pinged near Maple Street at 11:18 p.m. the night Daniel vanished. Daniel's home security system was manually disabled at 11:03 p.m. There were no signs of forced entry, no struggle. No broken glass, just silence. A neighbor later reported a dark SUV idling outside his home for nearly 15 minutes that night. Engine running, lights off. She didn't think much of it. At 10:57 p.m., Daniel received a message. No text, no words, only coordinates. Latitude and longitude leading to an abandoned industrial site outside town. Police searched it. Nothing obvious. But inside a crumbling warehouse, they found a disposable lighter, recently used. Was it a meeting point? A warning? Financial records revealed something subtle. Every quarter, small transfers were sent to offshore accounts, always below reporting thresholds. Over 8 years, they totaled nearly $600,000. The recipients were shell corporations that dissolved months later. This wasn't random. It was structured, patient. Then came another discovery. In 2007, A man matching Daniel's description was detained briefly in Arizona under a different name. The identification used during that stop also traced back to a deceased child. Daniel wasn't his first identity, and likely not his second. Profilers suggested a personality defined by control and detachment. Building identities requires patience, emotional distance, high cognitive discipline. But one detail puzzled them. Daniel stayed in one place for 8 years. Most fugitives avoid permanence. Was he hiding or waiting? Digital forensics later connected one offshore account to a cryptocurrency wallet active on darknet marketplaces. Not for weapons, not for drugs, for encrypted data archives. Access credentials, information. Someone had been buying something and preserving it, leverage, insurance. Satellite imagery from the night of his disappearance revealed a dark SUV briefly parked near the industrial coordinates. 2 occupants. The vehicle left within 6 minutes and vanished into rural backroads. No plate match. No confirmed sighting afterward. 8 years of routine, then silence. No body, no ransom, no official trace. The name Daniel Reeves belongs to a dead child. The man who lived on Maple Street borrowed it and then disappeared again. Maybe he was a fugitive, maybe intelligence, maybe someone who knew too much. Officially, he never existed. And that may be the most dangerous truth of all.